feel like for me, Jesus has always been there. Had the pleasure of being raised in a Christian home. I feel like I came to know him at a young age, but the depth of the relationship wasn't there at a young age. I feel like it was just kind of we went to church every Sunday. On Wednesdays there was a traditional type of service, and for me, I feel like only recently did my relationship with Jesus start to really grow, and that was just through connecting at a deeper level than just being present and being there, and not really being able to reflect and ask myself, what does it look like to have a deep relationship with Jesus? I feel like I'm fortunate to have stayed pretty true to the straight and narrow path, and don't really have too many skeletons. But I feel like when I married my wife, and when life really began, and when we started to grow a family, and I mean just the birth of a child, these moments where you look at things and there's no way that we don't have a creator through this, that just happens by chance. And I mean, child comes out, and it's just, for me, eye-opening. I feel like at that stage in life I wouldn't say I was ever lost, but I don't feel like as a child anybody really ever connected with me, reflected to any sort of deeper level than just listening, not asking, or really pulling. I feel like at the late teenage years, it was just searching for my purpose, for my identity. Something I didn't even think about till more recent years, of what my identity looks like and where I place my identity. And really, if Jesus was an important role in my identity. And I feel like, early in life I felt like I was just doing my own thing, and there was no direction. There was no purpose, and nobody was steering my course. And only later can I look back and reflect that all these things happened for a reason, that there's a purpose to everything happening. And meeting my wife and my beautiful children, and who they are, and why they are the people they are, and it's only through this course that I've been on the whole time, and it was always God's course. I feel like after marriage, I had a little bit of a responsibility to lead my wife down the right path, to grow her relationship spiritually as a leader of the household. But only after having children did I really feel the burden that I have a responsibility to make sure that they understand who they are and why they're here, and to develop a relationship with Jesus early on. I mean, it's just astounding that if you don't come to know Christ early, the likelihood of having a deep relationship with Jesus is extremely low. I feel like the importance of being part of a church community has been eye-opening recently. That I was at the same church from the time I was born until 16 years old, and then I was in another church for 15 years, and all those things seemed important. It seemed important to show up and be present, but only recently did I realize that being part of a church congregation that involves small group, and the importance of coming together with other men who can strengthen you and only deepen your relationship with Jesus was incredibly important, and an eye-opening moment that if you're at a church where there's no additional value other than coming on Sunday morning, then it's a disservice. And the need to be with men where you can share your deepest struggles and what you're going through, and they can help you to strengthen. I feel like I'm at the point where I understand the value of small groups and of being strengthened by men, but there is always that hesitancy to take advantage of the full benefit of a small group. There's the I got this mentality where you feel like maybe you don't need it, maybe but you know you do, but there's that wall that's up still. And I feel like with time, I'll get beyond that. But in order to get the full benefit, I know that there's got to be more. I feel like maybe there was, or there should be at some point, like that tipping point where I mean, every time I read scripture, I feel that the power that comes through those words, that it's not just like reading any other book, that the time I spend doing that is more valuable than anything else I do in my day. I just don't feel like in my life at this point I've had a revelation moment where that happened. I feel like it's too easy to just follow in line and conform to the world that we live in today, that it's maybe more comfortable to be like everybody else, or to not stand out as a Christian, to not embrace what you're taught and what you do in your daily life. And for me, when the verse in Romans, it says, don't conform to the patterns of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Jesus can't work in your life unless you embrace the amazing available. We have so much in this country that are available to us, and I just feel like it's so easy these days to do what everybody else is doing. My advice is just get involved. It's just, if there's opportunities, show up to them. It's, remove all hesitancy, break down those barriers, and just allow God to come into your life and remove your struggles. I'm Jeremy. This is my story. I know you have a story too, and I'd love to hear it, because I'm a man that's passionate about Christ.